So I watched this video today, and I'm like, this is the exact epitome of what I've been talking about for the community. So I'm really excited to show this video off because I think it's going to really give some perspective for a lot of people. Hello, my name is Worthy, a professional Valorant coach. If you're looking to climb the ranks and improve your overall gameplay, you definitely want to leave a like and a sub and enjoy the video. So,
have you ever taken a look at the Valorant leaderboards? You'll definitely see some names you recognize.
We're gonna do a little
but who are these
reaction
other
here.
guys? They've managed to climb to the top of the leaderboard, so they must be good, right? So why don't we know who they are? Why aren't they on a pro team? Hell, even a tier 2 or 3 team. If they're good enough to get to the top of the ladder, why aren't they good enough to go pro? Good thing we...
For anyone who doesn't understand what tier 2, tier 3 means, all these tiers, right? There's 3 tiers of teams, quality of teams based on winning and losing. Going through this, there's different levels of your teams. Think of it like this. You as an individual player could get to Radiant, and you could be Radiant within that game. But a tier 3 is kind of like Platinum and Ranked, but for a team. So as a team, you need to grow in rank. You need to turn your Platinum team into a Radiant team. That would be what the equivalent of a tier 1 pro would be, in my own words, right?
We know a few
now it's
experts
pretty
on
accepted that
this.
top 50 VLR
We
is
sat down
tier
with 3 of
3.
your favorite
Tier 3,
sentinels to talk about what separates these ranked demons from pro players. First, we have our good buddy Tarek. Tarek has seen both sides of this coin, being the only North American Counter-Strike major winner and MVP. But
Tarek is now
Tarek has been streaming ranked games
purely
and trying to
ranked.
climn to the top of
Doesn't
the
want to. I
leaderboard
don't think he
in
wants to play
Valorant.
pro
We
ever
also have our
again.
head
Because
coach,
there's a big
Kaplan,
requirement
who has
on your
experience
time
as a pro player,
when you play
IGL, and now
at that
coach.
high level, right?
Lastly, we have everyone's favorite player, Tens. Aside from being one of the best professional Valorant players in the world, Tens was also the first person to get to the top of the leaderboard, achieving the rank of Valorant back in the beta. So let's get the easy question out of the way. What separates a ranked demon from a pro player?
Random gameplay versus organized gameplay. Pickup group versus organization. That's the major difference. And some people may not understand what that is because they never experienced it, or you haven't played in our 10-mans. If you play in our 10-mans, you kind of get an idea, but it's still very puggy versus like an actual formulated team that you've played with day in and day out. Ran strats. It's a whole different ball game, right? It just feels completely different.
So in my opinion, the biggest thing between a ranked demon or someone who's performs really well in ranked compared to a top pro or even just any pro is the fact that they have experience playing in a completely different environment.
A lot of ranked people can't really, or they don't actually have experience
Student ranks on?
playing in like a team environment, so they know
Turn
how to
that
set
off.
themselves up really well, or they play like a very specific role, or they're like a one trick. It's like a very niche play style, so that's why it could be very effective in ranked when like obviously it's really hard to like shut down certain people or play styles.
Basically what they're saying is you can get away with more shit in ranked because you don't have the organization. You don't have the flashes throwing certain places. You know, you can't be isolated. I like to think of it kind of like in boxing. A really good boxer will take away your best weapons, right? Whereas you just get someone off the street, you could probably get away with doing the same thing over and over again because that person's not really coordinated, right?
Just because a
So
lot of people don't use it
in a
right,
team
right?
environment,
So
your
that's probably
options
a
are much
big
more
reason
limited
why,
because you get
a lot of people
disabled,
can, like, excel
right? So that
ranked.
one thing
I
that you
think
do
if
really,
you
really
already-
well, like let's say for example, aim, you do really, really well. Well, guess what? Everyone else does that really, really well, but they also do these other things way better
Really
than
good
you
in
do.
ranks,
right?
that shows your potential and could lead into something much bigger. But the reality of the situation is that the two environments are completely different.
So obviously pro players.
This is what I've been saying
have a
over
lot
and
to
over and
worry
over
about.
again in
They
stream.
need- And also ranked is a very different experience from pro scrims and pro matches, so it can be a frustrating experience to go from regularly playing those to ranked.
This is what I feel. All right. I competed on teams for pretty much the later part of my entire career when it came to FPS. And then going into a ranked match, I was like, why the fuck am I playing this shit? This is how I feel, okay? So I'd rather be playing
very
10 mans
different
than you guys, and
I
I'd
think that
rather
if you
play
do
ranked
perform really
any
well
day.
in solo queue,
Player who isn't a pro, all they have to do is play that kind of Valorant. All they have to focus on is that kind of Valorant, assuming they don't have other obligations in their life. So it's a very different game, it's a different environment, and it's a different amount of mental energy they have to expend on it.
it's in,
Yeah, it's funny because I had a team recently on LAN, and one of them said to me afterward, You know, compared to rank is like mindless. But when I'm in this LAN event, I feel like I'm exhausted mentally because there's so many more elements that I need to consider. So that's another piece, right? A lot of people that could be good online in terms of a team element, once they get put on LAN, I'm not going to name any names, but I think you all know who I'm talking about. Then all of a sudden things just fall apart. So you have to get used to that element afterward too. So there's a whole different spectrum when you're playing in front of a crowd, when you're playing on a team versus playing ranked.
Entirely.
Tyson, so what happened in the rank last night?
Unthinkable things.
This is how I feel. This is literally me. Like, what the fuck am I watching right now? What the fuck is happening?
Were you streaming it?
I was streaming it.
Oh, is it like what, personalities or what, stream sniping? Just madness?
I got the whole package, man.
You got everything all together? And all, you got the AIO?
I know how he feels because like you practice so much that you just expect that level of gameplay.
You expect that people are gonna do things the right way, and then you're just like, whoa, he's right in front of me. Right? What the hell is that? Like,
When you play, like,
they like
ranked, and
smokes
you don't
don't
get that level,
matter.
and
The
you're
rules,
sad.
the basic textbook, you throw it out the window because
Yeah.
anything can happen.
So,
For
dude,
example, this clip, I love this clip. I don't know if you've ever seen this one. So his teammate is in vents right now, randomly stuns him. He's like, I'm gonna stun this, and now Steel's like, shit, okay, I'll just
So
I'll just back off.
do the
Now I'm getting
pairs on the
flashed.
leaderboards, like
And then-
what's stopping these? Like what?
You know what I mean? Like this
What
shit
can I
happens
do
all the
to get
time.
better
And
at
then you
that
go
point?
and you're playing with your
Game-wise,
team, and
like,
that would
in
never
this- in
happen.
this
So you
game,
don't
there's,
even
like, a
prepare
benchmark
yourself
of,
for
like,
it.
what
It's a
your aim
completely
needs to
different
be at to
game.
be a pro.
All right, I want you guys to listen to this. This is really important because 9 times out of 10, when a new student comes to me and they drop a message, they're like, you know what? I think my aim is the problem. I think my aim is the problem. And I think there are rare times when aim could definitely be an issue, for sure. But I would say that out of the 500 students that I have now worked with, there's only been 4 times where I've really mentioned aim. 4 times. Really mentioned aim. Think about that. Digest that for a second. Okay, so let's watch this really quick. Listen to what they say.
Better at that point.
I think aim wise, like in this game, there's like a benchmark of like what your aim needs to be at to be a pro, and it's pretty easy to hit that benchmark. So I think aim
It's pretty easy to hit that benchmark. Think about that. Think about that. This is coming from a pro, right? When you're at this high level, so many pros are hitting the same level of shots as you are. You guys are pretty much neck and neck. Is there going to be one person that maybe stands out sometimes? Yeah, that could be Demon 1. You know, months ago, it was Ye. Months after that, or months before that, that was Tens. Like, someone would stand out and like, oh, that guy's like hitting shots and stuff like that. That's great. So you will have those people that will come out of the woodwork randomly and start performing, for sure. But for the most part, it's like this. Like, everyone's around this level, right? What makes a difference is what you're about to hear.
wise, they're like pretty similar to
Yeah.
pro level, but like game sense and like decision making and discipline, not even close. Because I'll watch.
Not even close. So think of it like this, okay? You're ranked. You're playing Radiant level. You have terrible comms. Let's say your comms are down here. Pro players' comms are way up here. All right? Your aim is right there with them. Comms are right there. Your coordination in terms of using certain utility down here, over here, right? So you've worked on so many things, but your grassroots, your basement of skills are nowhere near where it needs to be able to make that pro level, to make that jump. It's why I keep saying on TikTok, low rank players struggle with this. And I show Diamond, I've shown Low Immortal, I've shown Ascendant, I've pissed some people off on TikTok, right? But I know the difference between this person here who's playing pro and this person here who's playing ranked. And it's a massive, massive fucking hill to climb. Massive hill to climb.
Not even like challengers, but like the Knights monthly. That's where you see the ranked demons play on teams, and it's not like the decision making is bad. It's there's a pretty sizable gap between like that and pro play.
I feel like Valorant has the same problem that CS had, where nobody wants to be like the support, nobody wants to be the in-game leader. Most people want to just play like the Raze, Reyna.
This is why I love playing controller, because I'm that one person. I'm not one person who wants to do all that stuff. And you can still carry. You can still carry.
Well, you heard it from Tens, guys. If you want to make the leap to real competition after you've climbed rank, Find some community discords, sign up for Premier Mode, play in some community tournaments, and learn what really separates the ranked demons from the pro players.
And get on LAN as soon as possible. That's my advice. I love this video. Excellent video. Let's go.